I guess it's not on Twitter or on Twitch. Hang on. But like if you go to a regular ass person,
yeah.
You can't put 9/11 as an inside job on your Tinder bio. So yes, it's still controversial. Believe me, I've tried.
Yeah, my brother also doesn't believe.
That's the next shirt. 9/11 was an inside job. Welcome to the 171st episode of the Cast It In's creation. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is the show where we interview bands and public figures from the mathcore adjacent community. If you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, do all the things social. Every little bit helps. And feel free to join us every Sunday and Wednesday for the live cast where you can interact with the guests in real time or just hang out in the chat. You can also subscribe to this Twitch channel for just $5 to get access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming platforms, as well as get some exclusive emotes. You can do that for free by attaching Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. It's like taking $5 from Jeff Bezos' pocket and putting it into mine. With that out of the way, let me introduce our guest today who dropped their new album, Celebrity Therapist, back on the 2nd through Monarch Heavy. Welcome in the Carson and Dan of the Callous Daoboys. How's it going?
Hey. Hi. Hey, what's up?
Not much. Thanks for coming on. Why don't you start by introducing yourselves, tell us what you do in the band.
Fuck. We can swear on this, right? Like,
yeah. Do whatever. You do whatever.
Oh, hell yeah. Mountain Dew gang.
Dude, fuck
there
yeah,
we go.
I found this. I didn't even know this existed. I guess they do this every year, but it's fucking delicious, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, we got a ton.
No Baja Blast, though, right? Because that's the best thing, but they're not selling it.
Baja Blast Gold.
Yeah, the pineapple one. I haven't had that one. Is it worth or not?
It's very flat right now, but it's okay. I'm
Dan. I play guitar in the Callous Daoboys.
I'm Carson. I sing in the Callous Daoboys.
It also says you do synthesizer, right?
I do a little synthesizer sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the keys.
I do it in studio. I have yet to figure out how to do it live, but a lot of the synth stuff that you hear on our record is me. Yes.
Okay. So, and Dan, you're a new addition to the band, is what I just got.
I joined. Basically, March is when I was asked to join. My first show was like April 20th or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So you've been through a couple of tours then, at least, right? It's like 2? 3. Jesus Christ, you guys are going. All right.
Yeah. At this point,
we ran him through the gauntlet. I think like at this point he's coming up on like playing more shows with us than like some of the original members and stuff. So
that's sick.
Yeah.
Every 6 months.
Yeah.
The live chat's cracking me up. Hey, Chef.
We asked Dan to join. We've been writing with Dan. What are you doing?
Just in the light again. It's bothering me.
Okay, yeah, no. While we're
Dan's
live,
a master of the light.
I suppose so. That made it worse. I swear to God. Dude, you should have kept it the way it was.
Boom.
Christ almighty.
All
right, yeah.
Like this.
Do it like this. I don't care. We asked Dan to join.
Bam.
We've had Dan as our guitar player for a while now. Just pretty immediately was able to just like kind of come in and we sound better than we ever have because of him. So it's been awesome. Dan's a ripper. And yeah, all that jazz. We've been writing a lot together.
That's right.
So yeah, Dan's like
nice.
much.
So y'all are like working on the next album already. Then, well, I mean,
yeah. I'd say that we have what 7 songs.
Yeah, you said like today we have like 7 ready to go for LP3.
We have 7.
So we'll see that in like what 3 years? Then 3-4 years, just like.
Oh man. I hope not. I hope not, man.
Hopefully a lot sooner. We might like play some out on the road soon, so you should go to a show. And
we're trying to like have stuff. We're gonna road test a couple songs next year. So
okay.
Fuck. What? Oh, I was gonna say Dan's like much better at like reharmonization and stuff like that. Whereas like I will just like play like a chord riff, and he's like, well, what if it was like 10 times more complicated?
What if like your fingers did like this the whole time when you're playing?
Exactly. Yeah. Very much of his interest to do some bullshit like that. Yeah.
Cornflake.
Bounce off each other.
Cornflake in chat says Dan makes the guitar parts look effortless, which is insane. Turf Bang says pinch harmonic goat.
That's right. It's true.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you should know.
The country that I'm Well, the country that starts with
Come
B.
to Brazil.
Okay, I see.
Are
you a tourist? Yeah. Yeah. No. Fuck. Yeah, you're really good at pinch harmonics. I can't do them like low on the neck.
Yeah.
I'm bad at them too. For some reason, I can never make it work.
Maddie cameo back there.
I'm gonna leave now. Picture. Sorry.
Get out of here.
No,
what are you doing?
outside my room now.
Yeah, whatever.
So the band came together in 2017. Is that right?
16.
2016. Gotcha.
2016. Yeah, I was like 20 years old. Or no, I was 19 when we played our first show.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Dog, I'm in the middle of
Oh my
answering
god,
a
I want
question.
to say hi, love. There's like
Hey.
hello. Aw.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking.
Right after you crinkle a bag of cellophane for 25 minutes. Yeah, no, the band came together in 2016. I was 19. We were all really, really young, and now
I was
we're
in high school.
Yeah, you were also weren't in the band, and now we're in our mid 20s, still doing this shit. So, yeah, we've been a band for about 6 years. I don't think we exactly figured out what we wanted to do as a band until around 2018. Like we didn't really figure out like what it was that we were good at. And like those first 2 EPs that we released in 2017 are bad. So yeah.
Someone asked me
I
today.
actually found you guys through Animal Tetris. That was the first that I saw from you guys.
That sucks.
And I didn't realize it till I was like doing research for this. The album title for your first EP, My Dixie Wrecked.
Yeah.
That's the best album title or EP title, whatever. It's the best title I've heard in so long. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, we need I wish the album was good, like I wish it was like, it's definitely a portrait in time. I mean, we're all like 20 years old and just like doing whatever's making us laugh. So,
That's awesome. So what would you say y'all are good at then, if you said that you've like figured it out now?
I think we got Sam, our previous drummer who recently left the band. We're still really good friends with him, but Sam joined like early 2018, right after we put out Animal Tetris. We put Animal Tetris out December of 2017, and then Sam joined January of 2018. So we went and recorded a single with him. And I think what we discovered that we were good at was just like more grindy stuff, like, and less so like trying to be like a riffy. I think we wanted to sound like Neurosis or like I Hate God or something like that, or like some of the slower Every Time I Die songs. And I think that once we had a drummer that could play like really fast, complicated shit, we were like, oh shit, we should do the fast, complicated shit then. And we just got better at structuring. I was thinking about this earlier today. I think that we were trying so hard not to sound like the bands we were influenced by that we ended up sounding like other bands that we had never heard of. So like, I was just like, okay, well, let's, what works for the Number 12 Looks Like You. And we would like, I'd be like, okay, well, I don't want to copy it completely. And someone would be like, this sounds like the Great Redneck Hope. And I'm like, I've never heard of that band ever. I have now, obviously.
I was going to say, you better have by now. Like, jeez.
Yeah, no, fucking amazing band. But, we were trying so hard not to sound like one band that we sounded like another band or whatever. And then we recorded Die on Mars with Sam in 2018. Process of getting that out ourselves, especially because we wanted to, release it correctly and everything like that with vinyl and with music videos and stuff. It was a long process, but like, I mean, we took our time with it. And, I think it wasn't until around 2018 when we really, hit our groove and figured out like what we wanted to do. So I count the first 2 EPs as our albums, but, they're less so, there's glimmers of hope in there a few times, but we're never gonna play any of that shit.
A few glimmers. Chat saying Dixie Wreck remaster when?
Never.
I second that. Or Dixie Wreck
Never.
2?
Never. I mean, we've talked about maybe like sprucing up some of the old stuff or
And
whatever.
I would be open to like doing like 3 songs
Yeah.
in total from the last 2 from those first 2 albums, because like they have some fun riffs, and I'm sure like some people would remember like, oh shit,
my Dixie for some perspective, my Dixie Wreck was recorded. Everything was recorded in one day. Every instrument, all the vocals, all of that was in one day. And
That's impressive.
The Falcons lost the Super Bowl. So I'm never playing any of those songs in a studio again, due to the fear that, you know, maybe we'll be in the Super Bowl again and maybe we'll lose again. So we'll see.
My Dixie EP Wreck.
My Dixie EP, that's not bad.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, those songs are such a weird moment in time. I think we also like wanted to be more political back then too. And I have nothing to say that's smart regarding politics. So fuck that. I mean, I do, you know.
Well, the first song on this album, like on your newest album, you've got pretty strong political message.
I guess so. I mean, it's more anti-military than anything, which I think you can be anti-military if you're like on any side of the political spectrum. Obviously, there is one side of the political spectrum that worships the military, but you know, I just yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a very smart takedown.
Yeah, I guess. I
think it's kind of it's just what I felt at the time, you know. And if I was trying to be political, I guess I'm glad it came off that way, but it wasn't meant to be a political song, I suppose.
Okay. So when y'all released Die on Mars, that shit blew the fuck up. What happened? Yeah. How the hell did y'all do that? Like, it's crazy. I just barely heard about it one day, and then the next day it was like, you know, vinyl sold out and all this other shit. So,
I mean, we're an industry plant. That's
yeah.
That's the big thing. I don't know, Dan. What are you doing?
Just adjusting stuff. You
Dan's just vibing, man.
OCD, like clamping metal together. From an outsider perspective, because you found us from that first single.
I found Daoboys from the Rocket Robbery single.
Yeah,
I was in the studio with the same guy who recorded Die on Mars and Celebrity Therapist with Corey Batista, and I mentioned to him after my day of tracking, I was tracking bass for a jam band at the time, and I was like, "Hey, so you worked with the Daoboys?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mixed like that one song, but they just finished recording the new album." I'm like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, do you want to hear it?" And we sat there and listened to the whole thing. I'm like, "That was crazy." He's like, "Yeah, do you want it?" I'm like, I guess.
I didn't know that's how it went down. But
yeah, so Corey leaked the album to me like the first day I heard it in the studio, and I remember first hearing it and be like, this is very special. Like, this is sure, like you can see where the influences are. Like at the time, I only really knew like Dillinger. I didn't know Every Time I Die. I wasn't into Chariot. I wasn't into any of the other bands that Carson would cite as an inspiration. But after listening to it, I'm like, this is like groundbreaking. This is different than anything anyone's doing right now. And if this doesn't blow the fuck up into something huge, then everyone's stupid. And lo and behold, it did. And that's why I'm here.
I don't know if that's exactly why. It's because everyone on Earth is a very smart person. I don't think that's why it blew up.
Everyone's stupid. That's why it blew up.
I mean, so we took our time with that process. There was a lot of like financial sacrifices that we made. Like, I think I've said this on a couple interviews, but like I sold like a very nice vinyl collection that I had. And also I was working like an office job while we made that. Like I was like selling software, and like all of my paychecks were going into that. And I wasn't focusing on that job at all. So I got fired. And then like I was like serving and, you know, doing, there was a barista and all this shit. And I think that the reason why it worked out is just because we took our time with it and, you know, did it as if we had a label backing us, you know. I think that if we had done it the other way, it would have come out in 2018 and nobody would have cared. we took our time. We self-funded all the music videos. We made them look nice. And we tried our damnedest, man. We were like, we're gonna have vinyl, pre-orders the day that the album goes up, or the day that the first single goes up, and everything like that. And as far as redeemable songs from Die on Mars go, not that I've soured on the whole record, but like Fake Dinosaur Bones was like our favorite song to play, even before it was out. And I was like, I think if that's the lead single, we'll be okay. And it was, and it went over great. So, I think that definitely helped, having such a strong lead single, and then having Blackberry DeLorean as such a strong follow-up single. I think it worked out for us.
Did you have like a PR person, or like, because you can make like the best song, best music in the world, best videos or whatever, but like if nobody is pushing them, like, you know what I mean?
No, we didn't have any PR behind us at all.
Really?
We when Facebook ads still worked at the time.
Okay.
And we ran like a couple of those. It was purely organic.
That's crazy.
I can chalk a lot of that up to luck. I just think that we're a very lucky band. We've been jokingly saying God smiles upon the Callous Daoboys every so often. Every time something good happens to us, we're like, God smiles upon the Callous Daoboys. And if there is a God, he does. So we're very lucky. Real quick, hang on. There was Dr. Democracy in the chat. I'm currently military and vehemently anti-military and can't wait to get out. I was one of those dumb high schoolers roped into an industrial complex. Hey, man. First of all, that sucks. Second of all, thank you for your service. Even though like what you're serving is not something I believe in, you're like putting your life on the line and all that shit. And third, I can't wait for you to get out and come to a show, and I'll shake your hand and all that jazz. I didn't want to miss that one.
Brandon Dowdy in chat, drummer for Sterling, if you're not familiar, he said we need to talk about the WAP tweet, Chris. I vaguely remember this.
Do we have to talk about the WAP tweet?
Well, remind me now, because I don't remember it now. Now I gotta know.
Yeah, I tweeted. I tweeted, "Hey there, Delilah. Heard you got that wet ass pussy." I did tweet that, and it did go incredibly viral on Normie Twitter. What do you want to know about it?
You tweeted it from the Daoboys account?
No, from my personal account.
Oh, okay.
When I still had a personal Twitter. Yeah, I don't anymore. Fuck that. I was getting really tired of people like self-promoting under that tweet, or like honestly, like there were a couple people who would just like post a video of them jacking off in my replies, and I'd just be like, I was just like, I can't do this. I'm out of here. Yeah,
that's awesome.
You didn't know about that?
It's so funny.
We were in the studio for Celebrity Therapist when it happened. We were tracking guitar, and it was just popping off. And if I opened my phone, and
did your phone get like bricked at a certain point too?
My phone got bricked because of it. Yeah, I'll go into that. But if I clicked like the on button in my phone, and I was near a guitar pickup I was using, it would like the interference would just be insane. Like we couldn't like record it. I had to put my phone in the other room. Like it was fucked up. It was fucked up.
Dude, Delilah's pussy, man.
Yeah, I know. Shit was that wet. That's right, Chris. There you go.
I get it.
So after Daoboys, after Die on Mars, you guys took the 3-year gap. Obviously COVID's a big thing or whatever. But from what I understand, you had the album finished for a long time, right?
Yeah. We pretty much started writing it immediately after Die on Mars came out. I've said this in a few interviews, but I wrote Beautiful Dude Missile the day that Die on Mars came out. And we had like, we had a couple ideas kicking around. Originally, it was going to be like a 5-song EP. we talked about doing that just to like tide people over. And I mean, honestly, I want to say the November after we released Die on Mars, we had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 tracks like ready to go. And then we got approached by, we were being approached by a couple different labels, but we got approached by a label that, you know, aligned with our interests as a band. And it really seemed like they were going to take care of us. And they were more so coming to us as fans than anything. So like, you know, when we had our first meeting with them, it wasn't like, you know, talking numbers or sales or anything like that. It was pretty immediately talking like, you know, they were like, hey, could you like explain how you wrote that? Like, it was like they were interviewing me about
gotcha.
It was really cool.
They weren't like serious or whatever.
No, not really. I mean, they were very serious about making us a band, but they weren't like, you know, they were treating us.
They weren't like business oriented.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they got absorbed, or they got bought by Monarch Heavy. And, you know, we had mixed feelings about it at first, but Monarch has been nothing but awesome to us. So, you know,
Right.
they've been fantastic. We're going to stick with them for, you know, a few more records. So, you know, we're really excited about, you know, our future with them and everything like that. And, you know, after we'd been signed, we were kind of like, well, why does it have to be an EP? There was like someone in my life who had heard all the songs and everything like that, and was like, well, why don't you just like write 5 more songs and make it an LP? And it was like, yeah, you're right. We should probably do that. And we recorded it the summer of 2020, and you know, everything was shut down. You know, it was the height of COVID when we recorded it. None of us got COVID during the recording process.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, it was very surprising. Dan was there.
I was there like every day.
Dan was not, but he was there. He was like restringing our guitars and like teching for us essentially while we were in the studio. Did a great job.
That's right.
Did a very good job. Yeah, so it took a long time, but again, it was because that, I mean, similar to the situation with Die on Mars, the label wanted it to be right. And they wanted us to be able to tour off of it. And because our music is, I think, absorbed very well in the live setting, they wanted it, you know, they wanted the excitement of seeing us live to be included with the singles and with the record.
Okay.
So COVID did push it back pretty hard. Also, Peppa Pig pushed it back, but that's a story for a different time.
What the fuck?
You
can't just say that and then, you know, not talk about it.
Yeah.
It's the only reason it's being said.
No, it's not the only reason it's being said. Our label got sold because they had Hasbro records which had Peppa Pig's music on it.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, and so our record label got sold, and like because of the logistics of that, like it just got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and like we're very lucky we didn't get shelled.
Right.
So I mean, and you know, it worked out for everybody. We have a successful record, mildly successful record, and
Peppa Pig cosign.
Yeah, we got the Peppa Pig cosign.
That's right. Hilarious.
Which is more important than anything. So
so some comments I wanted to catch up on. Sarah K says I want my Callous Daoboys in Australia. And +1 for Australia. So you come to Australia.
We have a booking agent for Australia. We have no offers or plans. We are definitely coming to Europe next year. Is Australia's its own continent?
Yeah, Australia's nowhere near Europe. So.
My bad. Yeah, it's not. Well, I thought maybe it was European. Never mind.
No.
What currency did they even use? Do we know?
The Australian dollar.
The Australian dollar.
It's like
oh, yeah.
more than equal to the US dollar, but it's its own dollar.
How do you know this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, so we're friends with a band from Australia called The Gloom in the Corner. Sick band.
I haven't heard them before.
They're really sick. We're hopefully I mean, I'd really like to arrange something with them. So, and I'd love to do New Zealand too. I know you're not New Zealand, but commenter, but you know, I'd also like to do New Zealand. I'd like to check out that Lord of the Rings bullshit.
That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Chicken and Waffles Forever. Celebrity Therapist was 100% worth the wait. Pulgasari 76 Album of the Year. I love that it's so diverse and has a thematic through line while still being fun.
None of these are questions.
I'm just reading some of the chatters. There's a lot of chatters here, man.
Yeah.
We all hope Peppa Pig dies on Mars. Thanks to Chicken. Like that?
Yeah.
Simbasso says, "How big is your couch?"
How big is our couch?
Mm-hmm.
That one back there.
We have like 7 couches in this house.
God damn! I guess that's what you do with the Daoboys money, man. You fucking buy couches.
I don't live here. I'm too poor. But yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Well, you didn't even say the question.
Sorry. Someone asked. Well, I do more playthrough videos. The plan is to do a full album playthrough in one take. Soon.
I'm trying to do a vocal playthrough, not in one take, because that would suck.
I'm just gonna swap guitars constantly.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to have a roadie for a playthrough video.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Any more questions you or the chat have?
I was actually wondering, this is a really random one, but based on like some of your music videos and stuff, it kind of seemed like y'all were all living in the same house, but you're saying that you don't live there. So what's the living situation like? You all like trying to cram into like a couple houses, or?
Bitch, are you trying to dox me? No. Yeah, some of them live in the same house.
I live with Maddie, Amber, and the old guitarist Adam.
Okay.
And then Carson lives with their friend Kyle.
I live with my best friend and forever sexual tension partner Kyle. He's watching this right now. That's why I'm saying that. He and my friend Sam from high school are watching this. Shit. What was I gonna say?
Two of them were done. 2 of the videos were done in like a house. At least 2 of them.
The
other one was in a church. But
yeah, we didn't shoot anything at the house for the Elephant Man video, but so we shot that in this house. The intention was not to make it look like we all live here, but it was to save money on location.
No, I know. That's why I was assuming like, oh, they just happen to like live in this house or whatever.
Texting in the middle of an interview?
You're texting too.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at our PayPal sales. It's different.
Looking at all the money.
I'm looking at all the money we're making. And then Rich, who plays saxophone, played with us on this Rolo Tomasi tour. He lives in Long Island, excuse me.
God damn, that's a long way away.
And then our drummer Matt, or Marty, take your pick, Matt or Marty. He lives in New Jersey. So we're a little scattered at the moment.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Lucas Survive says, who's joining you on this upcoming short tour? Trying to see you in Greensboro.
Support wise, we have Tracheotomy, deathcore band Tracheotomy on West Palm Beach and Orlando. In Jacksonville, we have a band called Guilt supporting us. And in Greensboro, there's maybe a cool Atlanta band coming with us, possibly.
Is it the one I'm thinking of?
It is the one you're thinking of.
Hell yeah, that'd be crazy.
We'll see. We don't know, but I hope we can make it happen. But check out Tracheotomy if you haven't checked out Tracheotomy. They're fucking nasty.
Dr. Democracy says, Carson, the crazy long sleeve logo, line eyes on the prize, man. What's the next shirt coming to that series? I have no idea what this means.
It's the scientists are all scientists are demons.
All scientists are demons. We just put that out for pre-order, the CallosDaoboys.com/store. But I don't know, the other one, the next one, like the next one, I think it's going to say chiropractors think there are ghosts in your body, and then the sleeve's going to say they're right.
That's fucking sick. That's sick.
I think it's badass.
Simbasso says, or no, sorry, Pudding Fork says, damn it, just lost. Which band members write the songs and which parts? E.g., when someone writes a song, do they write all the parts?
I mean, so the basic like song skeleton is usually mostly me. On Celebrity Therapist, I did a little bit more than the skeletons, I'd say. It was the first time I had really like thrown like electronics and effects and stuff like that in there. I can't play drums for shit, so I program them. I mean, I don't know if anybody knows, but originally I was the guitar player for this band, and it just so happened that we didn't have a vocalist, so I had to sing. So there you go. But
were you against singing in the beginning?
I didn't think I could.
Really? Okay, because I think you have one of the best voices right now, honestly. Like,
thank you. Thank you. I mean, if you listen to my Dixie Erect, I can't really do it, but like, you know, I slowly get better.
That album, that title, man. Holy fuck, that's so.
Yeah, it is very funny. Yeah, no. So a lot of the like song ideas and just as far as like structuring goes, and as far as you know what the vibe of the song is, a lot of that's me. Well, it's not entirely true. Jackie and I will get together. Jackie, our bass player, and I will get together, and like whenever we get together, we go a little too hard. For example, like the songs Jackie and I wrote for Celebrity Therapist are Violent Astrology, Beautiful Dude Missile, and Star Baby. Jackie, I had like the skeleton for Star Baby, and Jackie made it like 10 times better with that bass part. That bass part's insane.
That bass part's fucked up.
Yeah. So I usually have like final say on what the guitar parts are, and then I'll give Jackie and now Marty just like kind of full autonomy on what they want to do, drums and bass wise. But ultimately, it's like my skeleton kind of going through everyone's filter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Polgasari 76. In a band with so many riffs per song, are there any particular riffs that you get that get stuck in your head or wish you had repeated?
I'm going to defer to Dan on that question.
I really wish that that final breakdown riff in Contrail was a little longer, because it's really, really fun to play. And I guess some other riffs that I think could stay around a little longer would maybe be like the swing riff in Time Loops, the one that I do that really crazy beat on. I was gonna say it's the part after the really sick pinch harmonic I do now, but I guess that works too. I feel like
I couldn't do a pinch harmonic in studio. That's why it's not there.
So I like that riff a lot because it's really fun to play. It's very bouncy, and I play it with one finger. It's really fun to do. I play this with one finger.
One finger. Yeah.
But everything's like really evenly paced and doesn't overstay its welcome, and that's why I think the songwriting is so solid.
I think
nothing plays too much.
I think that the parts, the parts that repeat. Excuse me. Sorry. My bad. The parts that need to repeat are the ones that repeat. And I'm a big fan of always leave them wanting more. So, you know, just like having like a shorter breakdown, just to like, you know, I'd rather someone start over the song than have a riff overstay its welcome, I guess. There are a lot of riffs per song. And I see a lot of people saying that it's like riff soup or whatever. Not a lot of people. I've seen a few specific people say that. I don't.
Would you like to call them out right now, or?
Yes, Christian Segerstrom. No, he said it was disjointed, and that's fine. I disagree. I think that it's structured very, very well. But then again, I am biased because I wrote it. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily bother me that riffs don't repeat. But you know, I think the ones that we do want to bring back are brought back for sure.
So now a question for me. So what is different this time around than Die on Mars? Like specifically with songwriting and stuff like that. Not only member changes, obviously things change up, but you know.
I mean, I don't know. I think that we got better at I don't know. I really hesitate to like. I think we were always like kind of toying with that like prog metal band ledge, and this time I think we just jumped off of it and said, "Fuck it!" Like we don't really care if someone wants to label us as that. Which people saying prog metal is like I don't know, big red flag.
I don't know
me.
if I would say prog metal, but okay. No, I can see other people saying that though.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's like kind of a scarlet letter that I've always been afraid of. Not that I don't like prog metal. Crypto Deer is like one of my favorite bands in the world. But it's like, if someone labels you as a prog metal band, you are now just like that. And this time I just don't think we were really afraid of that. And also, like, I don't know, there was, when we used to play with like hardcore bands, I'd get really like, self-conscious that we didn't have enough breakdown. And this time, like there's still a lot of breakdowns, but at the same time I was just like, I don't give a shit, I just want to make good songs. So I think the focus was less so on how do we get people to sing along and how do we get people to mosh, and more so how do we write a great song, and the other things just kind of come naturally.
Nice. Well, so a couple of things I noticed that were different. Way more experimentation. I don't know if you had. I guess you had to have synths and Die on Mars, but I never really noticed them too much. This time is like a big thing with the synths.
Dude, there were so many moments when we were in the studio where like a pedal would like fuck up, or Carson saw a new effect come out, and Carson was like, max all of that out and press play. And then Corey would do that, and Carson's like, that's awesome. I want it right there, and I want it to be under everything and just continue through the whole song.
Yeah.
I can't remember what part exactly, but there's like an effect on a guitar that lasts for way longer than it needs to, but you wouldn't really notice. Like it lasted for like the first time it happens, the effect carries throughout the entire song.
Yeah.
And Carson's like, that's hilarious, leave it. I'm sure that's like verbatim what Carson said.
We also like I'm sure you're familiar with like reamping guitars, right? Like running your guitar like DI to like a reamp box and having it play out of a different amp than how you recorded it and stuff. So we did that with my vocals, and we ran them through like a bunch of distortion pedals and shit.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, just for like some underground like layering, like the third or fourth layer of my vocals would be like run through like a super distortion, or like the chorus with the wet knob all the way up, so it sounds like I'm doing this. And like it was just really cool. We had a lot of time to just do whatever the fuck we wanted. And I think that was like a lot of the music that I was listening to was music that, if you put it in the car, someone would be like, turn this shit off. And I just wanted to incorporate that into our music as much as possible. And I'm very interested in making experimental music digestible. And I think like Chat Pile's doing that amazingly. And like bands like Chat Pile, Lingua Ignota, just like I cannot believe that she made something so consumable, along with like The Armed and who's another name I can fucking drop, Arca.
I was gonna say The Armed, like you could tell there's a bit of influence coming from that one. Some other things I thought was interesting. There's parts in there that almost sound like Spanish guitar. I don't know how to describe it exactly. What would you? How would you describe that?
I listen to a lot of that music. I listen to a lot of like flamenco and salsa and stuff like that. I think it just naturally influences my playing. Also, my favorite guitar player of all time is Omar Rodriguez Lopez. So, I think that just like that Mars Volta influence that's in there, it's kind of always sitting there. It just kind of naturally happens. If I try and write something jazzy, it comes out as bossa nova or like a salsa, a mambo thing. I'm whiter than fucking daylight, so I don't claim any of that music to be my own, but it definitely influences.
You also got like way more melodic parts than before. A lot more influence, or a lot more what do you call it? Emphasis on like clean vocals and beautiful parts. So like
I stopped denying the Linkin Park influence. I was like, you know what? Fuck. Linkin
No,
Park was
you
my
do
favorite band in
do that with your
grade.
vocals. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just like, Linkin Park was my favorite band in 8th grade. I don't give a fuck anymore. If we sound like Linkin Park, who cares? Yeah, no, I just thought it was cool. I went and got vocal lessons
Okay.
from like a professional teacher, and she was like, your range is actually a lot higher than you think it is. And she was right. And it's only gotten better since we recorded it. So, I think Celebrity Therapist is like 60% screaming, 40% singing. And I think whatever we do next will probably be the other way around. Still weird, still fucking weird as hell, but more singing.
Dr. Democracy says Celebrity Therapist is such a delicate balance of breakdown, experimentation, cleans, and utter chaos. It is the #1 album of all time for the foreseeable future. No bullshit. In parentheses, I said that to Dan on the Baltimore date, and I don't think he believed me. LMAO.
Oh, was Dr. Democracy at the Baltimore date?
Oh.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for coming. That was a good show. It was a really good show.
Smooth Jazz Lover says Callous Daoboys invented music and saved my life.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
That's like a good song title for you guys, actually. Put that in the bank.
Say it.
I love Chat Pile because sometimes the vocals sound like Fred Burger.
He's
What you guys know about that little
what you guys know about Fred Burger?
That dude can spell his name like really well. It's crazy.
Yeah. FREDREDBUR. He's gonna do the whole thing. Look at that. Hang on, I'm gonna. How did the band end up with a violin player? We've answered that 245 times.
Violins are cool.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
What else we got? Well, you pick them. I don't want to. I feel self.
So your lyrics are fucking great. There's a lot of like awesome, memorable parts. One of my favorite ones is the elephant in the. I'm sorry. My freaking notes are awful. Holy shit. The elephant in the room, I think is what it's called, right?
Elephant man in the room.
The elephant man in the room. That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
I have chicken scratch over here. I'm really bad with the writing. Anyway, starboard off the back of a grizzly. I see the beginning of the ice wall. Continents of olden days. I must report back to my country. The CIA says, "Just sit down, son. I will not be fucking silenced." That's hilarious. Holy shit. So, what's the song about to begin with? Because it's kind of vague.
It's about a friend of mine who lost his wife, who passed away.
I would not have guessed that. Holy shit, that's really heavy.
Yeah, he lost his fucking mind after that happened, as I think anybody would. I mean, he would text me things like that. Like he would like text me about the earth being flat and like stuff like that. Yeah, no, it's like I mean, I was able to turn it into something like semi-humorous or whatever. But like it's more so like kind of a character study of like what would happen if something like that happened to me and how I would take it. And because I'm already a very conspiratorial person. I don't trust the government at all, as I'm sure people have gathered from other lyrics. I don't trust the government. I don't trust anybody. So, I don't trust the 3-letter agencies, the CIA, the NSA. Yeah, fuck them. And if they come after me for that, that'll only vindicate me. So try me, bitch.
If you get disappeared, we know what.
Yeah, definitely. We have a shirt coming out with the Pentagon on it. I can't wait. It's like our best shirt too. It says the most dangerous album in the world. Anyway.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that if something that tragic happened to me, like it happened to my friend, I did write that song for him. But I think that, some tragedy like that only amplifies, the person that you are, or the deepest, darkest recesses of your personality. So, that's just kind of what it's about and why I wrote it, and just thinking about how I would take something like that.
There's also been a couple of chatters, and I was wondering also, is it a concept album? Is there like a story throughout the whole thing? Kind of.
I don't want to reveal too much. there's not a story. The songs themselves, like each one is about something that relates to something, but I don't want to ruin someone's perception of it. Elephant Man is really the only one that has a very clear story and a very clear thing of what it's about. Everything else, I'm sure you could apply to your own life, so I don't want to give all that away. It's not. There's not like a single character that. I'm working on a concept album. It's probably not even going to be the next record. It'll probably be the fourth album. But yeah, I'm working on like writing a script for us and shit. So if we do a concept album, it'll be like a true concept of like, you know, everything is revealed and like, you know, the lyrics are dialogue and that kind of thing. But
yeah, you're gonna remember your past life, and we're gonna call it Metropolis Part 4.
That's right. Yeah, it's actually going to be called 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence.
We're gonna call it Operation Mind Crime.
Yeah, exactly.
When Elliptica bruh says when asked that question about the violin, he should come up with a new story every time involving wacky hijinks. Chicken and Waffles Forever, dream band to play with?
Greyhaven again.
We just
20 more times.
Yeah, we just finished a month-long tour with Greyhaven, and it's Greyhaven again. Corn probably.
Corn.
That was
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Corn.
Sick.
I think
Gojira. Corn and Gojira.
Corn is like the first band I ever loved. So
Yeah.
I'd have to say Corn.
Corn.
Corn or Gojira.
Corn and Gojira are like equal to like how much they mean to me. So Corn and Gojira.
Yeah. There was one time where we had a long drive and we just listened to Life is Peachy like 4 times.
That's right.
We were like,
Was that after the Jacksonville trip?
Yeah.
That was
We were like, this is the best album ever made. Yep.
Dr. Democracy, as a member of the government, each passing week I trust them less and less. Pudding Fork says, what's the most insane conspiracy that Carson believes? You want to pass on that? It's all good.
I say it in Star Baby, but there's this video out there of this thing called the Heart Machine, not the shitty gent band. Fuck that. But there's this video of like this guy. I think they made it on the BBC, but like this machine called the Heart Machine that he's standing in front of essentially like makes a cloud and then it rains on him. I don't think.
Oh, the government apps can absolutely do shit. Yeah, it's called cloud seeding.
I don't think they control all the weather.
Well, they don't control all of it, but they could do shit.
I think if they wanted to fuck up somewhere, they could create a tornado. And
fucking China talked about how they made it rain before the Olympics so that it wouldn't rain during the Olympics. Like, it's kind of an open thing in the rest of the world.
Apart from that, like, I don't think we have the official story on 9/11. I'm sorry. Like, that's probably the most controversial, maybe. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we have that official story. I'm not gonna say which theory is correct or whatever. I don't know what happened, but I don't think we have any sort of official story.
My brother doesn't think it happened at all.
Yeah, his brother thinks it's like a movie.
Yeah, no, my brother's like very convinced that that like there's always like a camera swipe or something like that, right? Like before and after the plane hits. And he's like, no, it's all like fabricated. I'm like, where did the buildings go, Cooper? Like,
what the fuck?
Don't dox him. Don't dox him.
Everyone knows my brother.
Cornflake says, not really controversial at this point. I guess not. I mean, I guess it's not on Twitter or on Twitch. Hang on. But like, if you go to a regular ass person.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Can't put 9/11 as an inside job on your Tinder bio. So yes, it's still controversial. Believe me, I've tried.
Yeah, my brother also doesn't believe.
That's the next shirt. 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Cornflake says I could also have brain rot.
So do I. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm the one who just said the government controls the weather. So yeah. We can fight it out for who has the most brain rot.
Dr. Democracy says, could you break down the lyrics, Star Baby, there ain't nothing harder than loving someone who just ain't there?
I feel like that's
pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's pretty explanatory.
Like,
there is nothing harder. It sucks.
So talking about the recording process. You talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Corey with Corey Batista. Anything else
Cousin
that you
Dave.
didn't mention in recording that you wanted to like talk about, or
I
Oh,
mean,
we got that pretty
I don't
covered.
know if people have questions regarding it. Absolutely. I mean, I have very fond memories of every single day that we spent there. I mean, I think it's the most time we've ever spent in the studio.
That was probably like the coolest like month and a half of my life. It was very, very fun.
did y'all go to
Yeah.
an actual studio, or did y'all like build it
No.
in the house or whatever?
What the
Pardon?
fuck is happening?
Ice machine.
Did y'all end
Oh.
up going to like an actual studio, or did y'all build it in the house?
We recorded it kind of two separate places. Toast and Jam Studio, which is in Georgia. We recorded the drums and the vocals there. We had 19 microphones set up for drums, which
Jesus
is insane.
Christ!
That's why those drums sound like that.
How do you even
And
have
then-
a board that's big enough for that? What the fuck, dude?
32 channels, baby.
That's insane.
Yeah. I'll get to that question in a second, but I like someone just asking least favorite albums.
All of them. They're
Everything that's
all
not
bad. Music is bad.
anything that's not the Korn dubstep album is a bad album.
That's right. Half the totality.
Sick album.
Everything else.
Yeah, and then we did. Corey has like a home studio in his basement. That's where we did guitar and violin. But I mean, for the next one, we're going to like a full-fledged, like professional ass studio. So not that Toast Jam isn't, but they're our friends. So, but next record, we're having some discussions about where that's getting recorded next week. So, we'll see.
Luke Kelly says, "What's the least part? Your least favorite part of the recording process?"
That I wasn't in on any of it.
Dan said that he wasn't in on any.
I played like one chug on time loops, and that's all I have to my name now.
Yeah, you asked if you could do some chugs, and I was like, of course you can.
What is he attacking?
What is he doing? The cat's losing his fucking mind. Gomez, the cat's losing his shit.
What is that?
Least favorite part of
The recording process.
recording process. Probably like just having to retake vocal lines over and over and over again. I mean, I know that's what makes it good, but that maybe I love being in the studio like more than any of the other members of this band. I love being in the studio. So I mean, if I had to pick one, I guess that's the worst.
Cornfleek says anything that wasn't the Jay-Z and Linkin Park album is mid.
That's
So
actually
that's
true.
the correct take.
Collision Course, great record.
Lucas Survive 666 says musical influences and how have they changed over time.
I want to get to this least favorite albums question in a very real
Oh,
way.
I thought you answered it, but go for it. Yeah. What's up?
I mean, I joke answered it.
Oh, we're gonna get a serious answer. Okay, let's hear it.
I thought I had a serious answer. Shit.
It's My Dixie Wrecked in Animal Tetris, right? Is what you were saying.
There you go. All right, asshole. Musical influences and how they have changed over time. I don't know. I think that everything that I've ever liked has influenced us in some way. I can't really think of anything that I'm embarrassed of liking. Maybe Panic at the Disco, because I think their new music is really terrible, but I think that first Panic at the Disco, like,
Oh, it's slap. That was fire.
it's so good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and people are kind of always comparing us to that, which rocks. So
Really? Okay.
it's a pretty common comparison. I think that there's some music that I maybe didn't like at first that is coming around. Architects being an example of that. I didn't really understand the hype behind that band, and then I listened to Hollow Crown, and I was like, "This is like the best record I've ever heard in my life." Trying to think. I mean, I think my music taste has gone from like actual music to just like synth noises being played in sequence. That's a lot of what I listen to now is just like fucking synth vomit.
Really?
and,
Okay.
Yeah, I James from Rolo Tomasi and I were talking about a like very synth heavy record today that we were both really enjoying.
Just
Yeah, I do
casual
like
name
Rolo.
dropping. I gotcha.
My bad. Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm so famous. I know Rolo Tomasi. Oh, we went on a long tour with each other. Oh.
Hey, a lot of people know Rolo Tomasi. I do like Merzbow like a lot. I like a lot of noise. I like a lot of like John Cage and like just like stuff that is borderline unlistenable. I love testing the limits of my ears and seeing if I can, take a full Merzbow album. I usually can't, but yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
You lose every time.
Yeah.
You lose every time.
Who are your influences right now?
Right now, currently, as of like this past week, some crazy guitarist named Guthrie Govan, because I saw someone play a cool riff of his, and I'm like, that is crazy, and it's this beautiful chord melody thing. But Guthrie's not also has not been an influence of mine. Everything from when I started listening to music till now, and everything that I've had to play is an influence on me. I spent like 5 years in the corporate scene, so learning a lot of old R&B, old Motown, old pop music, current pop music, old rock and roll, shit that I would never care to actually learn, but being like forced to have to like study it and understand like how it works the way it does, and then making arrangements off that stuff. Everything that I've played has made me a better player, not just on guitar, but also on bass, piano.
I saw your wedding band one time.
Yeah, Carson came out to we played a show in downtown.
It was ass.
It was amazing.
It was good. It was really good.
It's all covers. It's all just like playing other people's music, which is like cool for a paycheck. But
what was the "Don't Stop Believin'" mashup with? Or you had one really embarrassing mashup.
We had a couple of mashups that were just like so garbage. We had this old school hip hop mashup that was like Ice Ice Baby, the Salt and Pepper song "Push It," and it also was what's that song?
They're called Salt and Pepper, not
and the Anaconda song. So like we had like these 3 songs that were just like mashed together, and like the only thing that like connected them was our lead singer just going switch, and then we'd switch to the next song. Like, okay, I guess. We had a really cool mashup that was Prince's "Let's Go Crazy," and then we have this big like drum fill like with hits at the end that transposes it from F sharp into G minor, and then we start playing Rosanna by Toto.
That one was cool.
Awesome. Shit was so cool.
That one was dope.
That one was sick. Learning a lot of Stevie Wonder stuff has like helped me with like figuring out how to reharmonize stuff. So a lot of like you can take influence from like the king of all R&B music and soul and Motown, and then you can take that into like writing stuff with Daoboys and like reharmonizing your chords and like deciding to put different melodies over top of stuff that normally you wouldn't think of.
Allows you to like think outside the box, bringing in like all these like weird influences like that.
Definitely, yeah. Learning other people's songs is what like influences me the most as far as a guitarist goes.
Yeah, because you can deconstruct all that stuff and like kind of make it your own. Because that's where a lot of like really great riffs and songs come from, is people just copying each other but making it a little different. So you're like, oh, I can kind of see where they got that idea from. But then later on, that sound develops into their own thing because they can flesh out what the influences are and make it their own without just being like regurgitating exactly what they heard.
Right.
A good example is like Gojira's first 2 records are like death and morbid angel worship. But then by their 3rd record, they start figuring out, okay, what do we sound like? And then you get From Mars to Sirius, and it's perfect. So
we're trying to figure that out right now. Currently, we sound like ass and junk. So
balls
and balls. So
junky ass sounds pretty good, man. We got the album cover up on stream now. What's the idea behind it? How did the album cover come about?
What are you doing?
Am I allowed to pee on podcasts?
No.
No shit.
No, you can go.
I don't want to give too much away again, because the front cover of the record ties into the back cover, and I don't want to give all the themes away or whatever.
I don't think I've ever seen the back cover, unless it's like in press photos or whatever. It's not right.
Man, you didn't buy that shit. No, kidding.
But brother, I'm a struggling musician myself, man. Like,
Oh yeah, no. Trust me, I know. I gave the artist Sean all the themes that I wanted regarding the record, and I just kind of told him, what I liked of all his previous work's amazing. You can go look him up. His name's Sean Mundy. I really liked everything that he had made, And I just kind of like was like, hey, I like these two pieces by you, and then here are the themes of the record. And I just wanted it to look crazy and striking and stuff like that. So it definitely ties in with the theme. I don't want to give too much away. I hate doing that to everybody, but you know, I don't want someone's meaning to be taken away by what I, you know, say or whatever. So we just basically gave him a couple ideas and he knocked it out of the park. And so his piece is on the front, and then the vinyl insert that like pops out is also his piece. And I really love how both of them came out. So
these are, this isn't y'all like with
no, it's not us. Okay. It's not us. I think a lot of people have asked that. No, it's Sean multiple times.
Oh, is it? What the fuck? That's crazy.
He does crazy photo manipulation stuff. It's really nuts. Which like I here it comes. There we go.
Actually, I had someone in chat say hella long piss, so you know, they were timing. They were timing.
Yeah. You your hair
what can I say, man?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I just wanted it to look cool and dope. And,
no, you know, I think it's one of those that could be what do you call them? Iconic, like later on.
Sure. I mean, I want all of our records to like. I want all of our album covers to have something on the cover that makes it easy to put on your body, or you know, easy to, you know, like if you didn't know the name of the record, you'd be like, oh, that's the one with all the people with the masks and stuff like that. Like I love having an iconic thing on it. And Die on Mars, we came close to doing that, but and you know, I love the artwork.
I think it's pretty iconic, the tint or whatever.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
It's a great album cover. Neurotic Sloth says, "Is it the blind leading the blind?"
No, it's not. But you're on the right track.
Tramal says that the dude's website is SeanMondayPhotography.com.
Without the A in Monday, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Check that shit out.
You guys also did 3 music videos. Gonna be playing oh my god, hold on a second. Gonna be playing The Elephant Man. You wanna tell us a bit about how it came about?
Yeah, sure. So that's our friend Brett that directed it. Brett produces a podcast called Doom Scroll. It's like just 3 comedians talking, that variety of podcast. And I was friends with one of the hosts like before they started it up, Nick, who tackles me later in the video. And I just really wanted to do something with them. It was like an excuse for us to hang out and be better friends. So and we've gone on that podcast now. We have an episode out with them. So
what a nightmare podcast.
Yeah, fucking nightmare podcast. If you want to hear some really disgusting shit about, you know, Wreck-It Ralph and stuff.
I gotta actually check this out. So the Nightmare Podcast is what she called it?
Doom Scroll is called.
Doom Scroll. Okay. Oh, you're saying it was a nightmare. Okay.
Yeah, nightmare of a fucking podcast. But Brett, I wanted Brett to come up with a funny idea, and he was like, how do we... I think his MO was like, I'm going to turn every lyric in this song into like something visual, which was pretty awesome. It was really cool. We got that location. That church is just somewhere where a lot of people shoot stuff. I think like Supernatural has shot there and whatnot. So we got that location, and it was really cool. We just did a little casting call for extras to come out and stuff like that. And it was all people in Atlanta who like we had seen at shows and stuff like that.
I figured that's what y'all did, was just like kind of like a call out, like anybody want to come be on a Daoboys video.
Yeah, pretty much. And
who is the preacher? Is that like someone that you guys know?
That's one of the hosts of the podcast. That's Daniel. Okay. Yeah. He's very funny. He that like sermon that he gives at the top is all improv. he like is just doing like full free association stuff, and it's very funny. It was very funny. Yeah, I hate snakes. It was great. You know, as we move forward, I think that we're really paying attention to our videos as a band. You know, I think a lot of bands in this era are just making videos where they're like in front of LED walls, which is fine. But we're not going to be that band. We're never going to be that band that's playing in front of an LED wall. You know,
for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, maybe no, but you know, we think it's cool that we are making entertaining videos that, you know, kind of look like shitty movies.
Shitty movies. I think they look beautiful, man. Y'all did a
Thank
good job
you.
with all the videos.
Thank you. I directed the What Is Delicious one. I'm very proud of that one.
That one came out great.
Yeah.
Punkster bassist question. I know Jackie's not there, but do you know if they're planning on doing a bass playthrough like Dan is planning on doing?
Jackie's talked to me about it, and we'll try to film one. Jackie's coming over tomorrow, so I don't see why we couldn't. Yeah, tomorrow. Jackie will be here tomorrow, so I don't see why we couldn't film like a couple.
For sure.
Is there any like specific songs you want to see? Because if so, just drop them right now in the chat, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. We'll actually do it tomorrow. It'll be fun.
See here. So you guys blew the fuck up. You think your first day for this album, at least for Spotify, was like over 50,000 streams, which is insane numbers. Do you have any advice for like bands trying to make it? Make it in quotes.
Knowing, and just like you get out what you put into it. So if you think that, like, you know, spending $50 on album artwork is going to like make you a big band, it won't. You gotta like spend more money than that. You have to sacrifice a lot of shit. You have to, what are you doing?
Sitting,
You're distracting the fuck out.
I'm sitting.
I'm gonna kill you. You have to just keep going. That's the real answer, is you just have to not you have to not give up. It sounds very trite and shit, but it is truly what it takes. And, you know, you just have to, it has to be the one thing that you want to do. I can't really give any advice beyond that, but this is the only thing that I'm good at, and it's the only thing I want to do.
You said once, don't be afraid to make bad music, because eventually it'll be really good.
No, I said support bad music, because eventually it'll be good music. But
also,
don't be afraid to make bad music. There you go.
Yeah.
Also, don't re-record songs. Never do that. Just, you can always write something better. Don't re-record anything. It's dumb. You can always write a better song.
What about like putting yourself out there wise? Like, what do you think bands should be doing to like, get the attention of like a label or something like that?
Never pay to play. That's my biggest thing. Don't do that.
I saw a very funny comment that I don't think I can repeat on stream. Dan knows where it is. As far as putting yourself out there goes, like on social media, just be yourselves. You know, if you have something to promote, you know, promote it shamelessly. Don't worry about, you know, don't be like, here's my stupid little band. Like, no, you put time and effort into this shit. It's not a stupid band. It's a band you give a fuck about. So, you know, also don't be self-deprecating. Nobody likes it. It's like cool and funny for like 5 seconds. And then, you know, all people can think about is how self-deprecating you are. Believe in yourself. I don't know. I sound like a fucking Hallmark card.
No, these are like, actually, this is good advice though. There's people that,
if you have a band account, use it like it's your personal account.
See, I think that's the coolest thing I've seen y'all do. Y'all were the first band that I saw take their Twitter account and just like do whatever the fuck they wanted with it, which I think is really cool.
I think that, like, you know, people know when they're being sold something, and I think people have an aversion to being sold something, like very hard. And I think that if you're just honest and genuine, people will be like, well, yeah, fuck, I'll listen to the Callous Daoboys, or I'll listen to, you know, whoever this is, you know, they tweeted something funny. I need to check their music out. You know, that's just kind of how it works.
Hell yeah. Is that like your preferred social media platform? What do you feel like is doing better than other platforms? Because it's not like it's catered towards music or whatever.
Not really. I mean, it's the only platform I know how to use. You can utilize Instagram really well.
Yeah,
You're really good at that.
I'm really good at like working the algorithm on Instagram. I've just learned how to work the social media stuff really well, and I'm really quick with being able to like anything the label needs us to do is like, hey, you got to put up an advertisement for this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
Okay, boom, 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 and I'm done with it. I just got really quick with it. I could do the Twitter and do like the social stuff there, like the advertisements there, but Carson or Maddie are usually super on top of it. And Carson's funnier using the Twitter than I could be. So
thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
It's
So
funny.
y'all got social media experts for each app or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, me, Dan.
Oh yeah, Maddie kills TikTok.
Okay.
Sorry, Turf Thanks.
No, you're good. Yeah, Maddie does very well on TikTok. Sorry,
Yeah.
You interrupted me, and I lost my mind. I'm sorry. I apologize, everybody.
Is that TikTok under like the Daoboys name or under her name?
That's all I was gonna say.
Okay.
That's it. I had nothing else to say. Maddie's good on TikTok.
Yeah. We have a Daoboys TikTok. It's at the Callous Daoboys. I deleted TikTok because it made my brain hurt. But there you go.
Yeah, it's the Daoboys TikTok. Maddie does really well on that. It's funny. You can get like behind the scenes stuff from tour on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. There's stuff you wouldn't see on Twitter on there.
All the sex lies and videotape that you've wanted to know about the Callous Daoboys.
That's right.
Yeah. You don't put that
It's
on
like
your
that's-
OnlyFans?
Yeah, the Callous Daoboys do super well on OnlyFans. Check it out. I think that like Twitter is certainly the platform I'm best at, and we do pretty well on Instagram. Facebook is garbage now. We can't seem to utilize it to do anything, but I mean, we still try.
Instagram's nice for that because it can automatically post to Facebook, so I don't have to like worry about anything over there. Every time I post a story post from the Daoboys Instagram, it automatically goes to Facebook, so I don't have to open up another app and then work thrould that interface.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
just
also
like that.
Facebook just sucks for promoting like bands and stuff like that.
Yeah,
now, so
it's garbage.
Yeah.
They made it a lot worse than it used to be.
Shit blows.
it does. So you guys played a bunch of shows. Obviously, what's the best show you guys have played?
You're the newest, so I mean, yeah.
I even gave y'all a heads up at the beginning of this.
I know.
Yeah, you're
I've been thinking about it for a while. It's a hard.
I mean, I can answer that. I can answer the best show question. You think about it, all right?
Yeah.
So I think the best show that we've ever played was I'm going to say our first time in California back in June. And it wasn't necessarily that everyone was there for us. Everyone was there for the tour package and stuff like that. But it just was such a cool experience to be across the damn country, playing a state we had never played before, and then have like the biggest pit ever for us, and just like have mic grabs and all that crazy shit. On this most recent tour with Rolo and Cryptodira, there was like a string of 4 shows that were just like all bonkers, like Nashville, Atlanta, Orlando, and Columbia, South Carolina. Just 4 of the craziest shows we've ever played in our lives.
That's sick.
So
Yeah.
no, I know you asked for 1 show. I gave you 5.
No, you're
So,
good. You're good.
Probably it's like tied between the Nashville show on the most recent run and that Atlanta show, because the Atlanta show is just really special because we had pretty much everyone on that stage had something to do with Celebrity Therapists in one way or another. Sam was up front mic grabbing for like a bunch of shit the entire
our
time.
old drummer Sam was like mic grabbing. It was sick.
We got to share the stage with Whitney again, and she played the whole set with us. Rich was there the entire time to rip the saxophone solo. It was a very special show, and almost every like date I had like either friends or family at it. So every show is like special in its own right.
Yeah.
Do y'all have
Sarah-
someone playing the saxophone with y'all at your shows, or is that like a special thing?
His name's Rich. He just did this most recent whole tour with us. We're hoping.
Oh, the whole tour. Dude.
Yeah, he works an adult job and he has a wife and like a house and stuff. So, we're hoping that he can do more with us. But yeah, I mean, we're still figuring out. It's kind of I hesitate to say a revolving door because different people will tour us with us every time. But
It's like The Armed.
yeah, it's like The Armed.
Like,
yeah,
it's not a big deal.
you never know which puzzle.
Yeah, just be excited for it.
Doom. Maybe. I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, there was one bad show on the Rolo tour, and that was the Syracuse show where I lost my voice.
That
and
shit's
You gotta go back to Syracuse.
everybody else had to do vocals, and then the crowd had vocals too. So
In that regard, it was actually a lot of fun. Like that was the first show we gave our drummer a microphone. Good chunk of vocals, but I don't know how to scream properly. Marty's a better screamer than I am, and we had people in the audience that were friends that knew a lot of words.
yeah,
So
cool.
it turned out really, really great.
It was still a very good show, but I felt like I was do we use any backing tracks live sometimes for sax? No, we don't play to a click, and we don't use backing tracks. There you go. I love that question.
I mean, you have 7 people in the band. Like, I would hope you don't use a backing track.
Yeah, no, yeah. Fucking Maroon 5 has 7 people, and they're definitely still using backing tracks.
Yeah, probably.
So, listen, we're a better band than them.
It's true.
Yeah. You're about to ask us about our worst show experience, yes?
I am. Yeah. What's the worst show you guys have played?
I got my answer.
My answer would probably be.
I'm wondering if ours is the same.
Yours is probably a Florida date, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, that did suck. That was
the Jacksonville show.
But we played it
sweaty.
Well, the Jacksonville
Y'all
show
can have more than one answer. Like, I'm down to hear some stories.
So, Orlando, Florida, on the Gray and Lynn's tour, your parents came, and that made the show special.
Man, yeah, that was cool.
Aww.
And the next day we played Jacksonville, and we played to 15 people, but they were all going crazy. The sound guy was an idiot. If you're watching this, fuck you. But it was still fun, We still had a good amount of fun. My answer, well, hang on, you do yours. You were about to say
my answer is I'm glad the show happened because it was a lot of fun. But the last date of the Greyhaven tour, the power on my side of the stage just died like midway through Blackberry. And I couldn't figure out what was going on for a good minute, and we had to start a song over. And then after our set, the set still turned out great. And watching the video that was captured from it, it was obvious everyone was into it, and it was a lot of fun anyway. But after that, I went up to a sound guy that we were working with, kind of more like working against.
Yeah.
And I mentioned to him, I'm like, hey, just so you know, that side of the stage has an issue with the power, and it kept cutting out. And he just goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, cool. So you didn't figure you should tell anyone about that. You shouldn't tell a single other person playing that side of the stage has a power issue.
That's fucked.
Your band is also going to be playing on it. I hope you know that. But good thing that you know.
Yeah.
That's my worst show experience, because every show with Daoboys is it's always very fun, and I don't think there's ever been a time we've never train wrecked a song.
Yeah,
we won't.
It's coming soon.
It'll happen.
It's not true. We train wrecked Elephant Man when we were playing with Bill Murray.
Oh yeah. No, wait, no, not with Bill Murray. We killed that. It was just slow.
No, we train wrecked it. Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. We train wrecked it in Chicago when we played.
Well, that was just because the sample didn't play. But it was fine. We recovered.
No one would have known.
What's your definition? Hang on. This is important interband things that are happening live. What's your definition of train wreck?
Train wreck is when enough people get off in the song that the song cannot continue, and it just falls apart, and literally everyone stops playing. That's a train wreck. Having a hiccup and one person gets some timing wrong here and there, that's not a train wreck. It happens if everyone just kind of looks at each other and is like, oh, and then just stops playing. Because no one knows where to sync back up at.
I kind of agree. I agree.
Okay, cool. I didn't know what your definition of train wreck was.
No, train wreck is a complete failure of a song.
Okay, never mind. My worst show.
Okay.
It's a toss up between a couple different ones. One, our first tour ever. We were out. Well, actually, we had technically gone on tour the summer before, but this was like our first like real one where we were like, not routing to a festival or something like that. 2018, Diane Mars had like just gotten finished. We played a Mexican restaurant in St. Louis that was like, it had to be a front for like a drug runner. Because they couldn't give us chips and salsa. And like, we were like, that's the easiest thing to make.
No chips and salsa makes you a drug runner? Is that?
Dude, they couldn't make any food. Like, excuse me, but that's like a mob front or something. I don't know. It was weird. It was really strange. And all the plugs in the walls were like the ones from the 80s that just have like two prongs. They had no ground. So like the like electrical outlet that we played off of was like smoking. The bathrooms were like in this like little like Bavarian style house that was inside the venue. Very strange, very weird. We played to like, I don't know, 10 people. And for some reason, Sam thought it was a good idea to run. We were playing Fake Dinosaur Bones before it was ever released. And Sam, like during the breakdown, Sam thought it was a good idea to run off stage, do a backflip in the crowd, and then run back on stage, which he did not have time to do. We like missed a whole set of hits because of it. It was really fucking
Was it like the mosh call part?
Yeah, the mosh call part. Yeah, he did it. Yeah, so we couldn't do the ba-da-da. He just went ba-da-da, put his sticks down, ran, did a backflip, ran back up, and just was like, "You guys ready to play the rest of the song?"
Did he nail the backflip though?
Oh, of course, he can backflip like nobody's business. But it's fucked up. He can do any backflip he wants. That was a pretty bad show. That was like, we left and we were like, man, what are we doing? Like, why are we pursuing this? We made like $60. The other really bad show was the Salt Lake City date of the Greyhaven tour. The opening band got like really, really fucked up off of like whiskey that they had smuggled in. And like, they were just like yelling shit at all the other bands. And the person that was running merch for them like had to be like dragged out of the venue because she was too drunk.
Jesus Christ.
And also it's Salt Lake City, so it's fucking weird. It's one of the strangest places I've ever been to in my life. And then some of you were there, I'm seeing, this past tour with Rolo Tomasi. Great crowd. We played a great show. But we had a 40-minute line check. Like on stage in front of like 200 people. We were like, yeah, it was really rough. The sound guy had no idea what he was doing. And it was awful.
Oh my God.
It was like purgatory. Like if purgatory is real and I get sent there because I'm in some middle ground between heaven and hell, that's purgatory. Just standing on stage, watching everyone silently watch us line check and mics not work. And, things not come through and everything like that.
Marty asked me if we died. Marty tapped me. He's like, hey, did we die? Like, are we just like waiting to go to heaven and hell right now?
Yeah.
He's like, are we dead?
Insane. It was crazy. Like, it was the most embarrassed I've ever been for another person. Like, so much secondhand embarrassment for this sound guy that I was like,
well, I mean, if your homie's taking 40 minutes, I wouldn't be embarrassed for him.
No, I have no sympathy for him, but I have a little sympathy. But Scott from Cryptodira, like he was like, yeah, I think that guy went and hung himself after, because that's insane.
Turf Bangs. No, that was the Chicago show in with the Greyhaven run. That was that Chicago show.
Yeah,
that was when all my power went out. This last Chicago show was just bad because it took this dude 40 minutes to mic up everything. There's nothing more discouraging during a line check than a guy setting up a microphone on your guitar cab, walking back to the soundboard, and then being like, all right, can you tap the microphone? And we tap it, and you just hear, fuck. That was the second time he set up the microphone.
Second time, yeah.
And then he comes back to the stage, and he's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
They were both at Beat Kitchen. Yeah. Can we play like a different venue or something?
Yeah, I'd like to play somewhere else other than Beat Kitchen.
Really?
Although,
I figured they would have like good staff and shit. We played there for Mathcore Index Fest and it looked.
I heard
legit.
that was great. No, I
It
heard that was
was
awesome. It was rough for us. I think we had a different person running sound. But that being said, like every time we play Chicago, like so many people come out and it's like so fucking cool. I hope we get to play Shuba's next time. That'd be awesome. Chicago's like our second home. I love Chicago.
I like
so
Sub T. Loading in there's kind of a bitch, but I like Sub T a lot.
I don't care how bad load in is, as long as we sound good and the set's good. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, it is.
Mathcore Index in here.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. I was talking shit earlier. Christian heard me from across the western seaboard. It was like, I gotta see what this motherfucker's saying. Christian, I'll see you in a few weeks. And then what was the next thing we had to come up with?
Your third show.
Third worst show?
Yeah, you said you had 3.
I know, I said 3.
What was the next thing? What were you talking about?
I said 3. I said the tour with the Threats where we played the Bavarian Mexican restaurant.
And then Salt Lake.
Salt Lake and Chicago. Yeah,
so what do you mean?
If anybody in the chat has other questions and stuff, feel free to drop them on. As far as merch goes, you guys got records, shirts, and tapes over at monarchheavy.com. And more shirts.
And also the callousdaoboys.com/store.
I was going to mention that. Yeah. callousdaoboys.com/store. Also your Bandcamp. Lines on it.
There's a Bandcamp exclusive of Celebrity Therapist.
Oh shit! I should totally post the store link on Bandcamp too. I'll do that after.
You dumb bitch.
Super.
But I assume that y'all make more money off of the shirts on your website and your Bandcamp rather than the Monarch Heavy ones, right? So
yeah, but don't tell them we said that. If you purchase a shirt on Monarch Heavy, I applaud you. You're fine. We appreciate you.
Do we have plans for South America? We'd like to. We would definitely like to.
We have a South American booking agent. I don't
Jonathan do that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Favorite venue from the Rolo tour?
Ooh, that's rough. That's because, I mean...
some are pretty bad, some are pretty good.
Probably Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids. It's a pinball arcade. It's also
that was sick.
Yeah, I could have spent like the next 4 or 5 days there. Yeah, that would have been cool. What else was? Nashville was small, but everything surrounding it was so cool.
Yeah, Nashville was pretty cool.
Green Room was a closet.
Yeah, the Green Room was literally a closet connecting the.
If the Green Room's a closet, that means the show's good. Yeah. Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids, or we had another really good one. Shit. I love Will's Pub in Orlando. That place rocks.
Yeah, Will's Pub was cool.
Maybe I like it because they also have a Led Zeppelin pinball machine. I really like pinball. That's the short answer. If you have a pinball machine, I will come to your house and I'll pay you money. And you can talk to me about whatever you want, as long as I get to play pinball while you do that.
Well, I guess we can close this out with your album of the year so far.
Best album of the year so far?
Yeah.
I did not get to play pinball at Bottom Lounge, which was some bullshit. That would never happen at Top Lounge.
Easy. This Bright and Beautiful World by Greyhaven. Not even close. That one.
Great record.
That's my album of the year.
Great record.
Great record.
Great record. Love
Great
it.
record.
So good. Shit. My album of the year. God damn it.
Getting top at Top Lounge. What the fuck do you mean?
Of course we're getting top.
Absolutely. What kind of question is that?
Why do you think it's called Top Lounge?
Duh.
Fuck. I had album of the year like ready to go. Shit. Where Myth Becomes Memory by Rolo Tomasi. There you go.
Did that come out last year?
I actually haven't listened to that one yet. I need to get on that.
That came out in February.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Tramal says if it's not Celebrity Therapist, it's Vatican or God's Country.
Definitely, yeah. Ultra Gold by Vatican, definitely up there. Heroin by Thornhill, fucking.
Oh yeah,
record.
that's a great record.
Yeah, definitely.
That's that Thornhill record that made Thornhill.
There you go.
It's true.
Is there anything else that you guys want to say before we head on out?
Hang on, let's see if there's any more questions.
They're asking if you're going to do another collab with Soundtimes Creation.
Of course I will.
That'd be
Anytime.
fucking sick.
Fuck. Thought I saw a good question. Who cares? Next tour plans. Oh, favorite Me Without You album, Untitled. But did you cry when Me Without You farewelled? Yes, I don't want to talk about it. Next tour plans. Yeah, we have like a December tour that hasn't been announced yet because we haven't finished booking it. But it'll be finished booking. I mean, we'll announce it pretty much immediately after the October tour, probably.
What
And then
kind
we
of
have-
what area in the country you planning to do?
Midwest, baby. Yeah. Where are you again?
Allen, Texas, like 40 minutes from Dallas.
Okay, right on. Well, we will. Yeah, no. Shit. And then we have a bunch of stuff lined up for next year. We're coming to Europe next year. That's the one thing I can say. We're coming to Europe.
Y'all
Yeah,
trying to
we're
hit
not-
up all the festivals and shit then?
We're not doing a vinyl press of discography. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It just won't. Jasper, I appreciate it, but it's not going to happen.
not happening. Well, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Like 3 people.
Never's a
Yeah.
strong word.
Fucking nobody will buy that shit. We'll do a run of 100, and
Yeah.
we'll barely make our money back. There you go.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, actually, it's not that
That's-
terrible of
that's
that.
pretty-
Yeah, it's gonna be $40 though.
You got to really want it.
Shit.
Come to Canada soon. We will.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sawtooth Grin is pretty cool. I like those guys.
Sawtooth Grin's badass. Shout out John Carroll, my boy.
International, that's right. I know I saw their next tour plans. You said that. Dog Fashion Disco.
Did Dog Fashion Disco release a new album? I hope they did. That band rocks. Fucking someone from Mr. Bungle was in that band. I forget who.
All of them.
Yeah.
Every single
There you
guy.
go.
This is the same
There you
band,
go.
just a different name.
Yeah, the one thing we can say is that we're coming to Europe, and then we have a bunch of other stuff, and we're going into the studio next year. That's what we know. So yeah, we're trying not to talk about LP3 like too much, but it just happens. So
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's what's on the mind right now.
it is. I mean, that's kind of the only thing we like can think about. But would you mind if we like read off the October tour dates?
Yeah, sure.
Like we're a comedian at the end of a
It's
podcast.
in the story if you want to.
I was just gonna go to our fancy spot.
If you go to our Spotify, you'll see it in the canvases every time you play a song from us.
That's right.
Really? I didn't know you could do stuff like that. That's sick.
Yeah, no, you can and you should. Hang on. I got
That's
this.
a really good idea. Like, goddamn. Wish I thought
Thank
about it.
you. I appreciate it. I'm very proud of that idea. I'm glad that it's being recognized because at first someone told me it was stupid, but it's all good. All right. So we are coming to West Palm Beach, Florida on October 21st. And then we are coming to Orlando, Florida on October 22nd, playing The Haven. West Palm is at Respectables with Tracheotomy. Jacksonville, Florida on 10/23 at the Archetype. I think more than 15 people will be there this
I
time.
sure hope so.
Yeah, I sure hope so as well. And then we have Greensboro, North Carolina on the 24th with Mystery Atlanta Band. And then we have Lodge of Sorrows on October 27th, which is in Savannah, Georgia. That bill is crazy. It's like us, Jillian Carter, Holy Ghost Tabernacle Choir, Machinist.
Jesus
And-
Christ. What the fuck?
A legendary screamo band that I can't name yet, but legendary screamo band is on that show. So that's gonna be crazy. And then the fest in Gainesville, Florida.
That has like 50 bands on it.
5,000 bands are on that show. But the best thing about that festival is that if you go on the day that we're playing, you get to watch La Dispute, Cursive, and then us. It's like a triple threat. We shouldn't be playing after them. We're not on the same stage, obviously, but what we're going to do is we're going to watch La Dispute and Cursive and then play a set. So
it's not gospel.
Yeah. It is not gospel. No. It's a very good band, though. It's a very, very good band.
Rap rock.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't believe we opened for La Dispute and Cursive also. Yeah, that's all we have to say.
Well, I'll happily ask this twice. Will you guys ever make a mockumentary?
Yeah,
why not?
Sure.
That'd be funny. That'd be awesome.
We're gonna call it Behind the Music, though.
Could do like a documentary about your tour or whatever. Like a
mockumentary.
Oh, a mockumentary about your tour.
Yeah.
We should take like Jeremy out with us to make a documentary of the tour.
Jeremy would make a great documentary of the tour. Unfortunately, he does tour in Crypto Deer. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Sometimes we just gotta steal people from one team. We're gonna sign Jeremy from Crypto Deer, do a 3-month deal.
And he has to come out every single tour and never see his wife. I don't know if he has a wife.
He doesn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, his dog.
Jesus. Wait, you don't think he has a woman in his life?
I don't know. You said he doesn't have a wife. I call every guy that has a girlfriend a wife guy.
Good point. Good point. All right.
I'm a wife guy.
It's fine. Unfortunately.
Well, if you're looking for some fresh and innovative mathcore, you got to check out Celebrity Therapist, the new album from the Callous Daoboys, which dropped back on the 2nd through Monarch Heavy. Y'all are on Facebook, Bandcamp, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all streaming platforms. Check out callousdaoboys.com. Check out monarchheavy.com, I'm assuming is what their website is.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. mnrkheavy.com.
Oh, MNRK. Okay. Yeah. That's such a weird name.
Hey,
such a weird name.
You said it, not me.
As for me, drop my channel, follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming platforms, as well as get some exclusive emotes. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube folks, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, tickle the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to support me for free. Check out my music, The Sound That Is Creation, at thesoundthatincreation.bandcamp.com. Gonna be taking Sunday off, but I'll be back on Wednesday with Fall 50 Feet, who dropped an awesome new EP, Lonely If You Go Back in August. Join us this Wednesday the 28th at 7 p.m. Central for the live cast. Thanks for being here. Y'all hope you had a good time.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for watching and listening.
We are